Hello everyone, I am Lewis, you are watching Lost in Travel, and welcome here back to France.
Got a way of keeping me up most nights. It's always worth the sleep I sacrifice. And love is too precious to trade for rested eyes. And you look beautiful in the morning light.
Yes, I have now returned to France. Last time you seen me here, I was in the fairy tale town of Annecy, but today I'm now here in Colmar, which is in the Alsace region of France, and it feels like I've stepped back into another fairy tale novel. It is insane. But since then, I have been exploring Switzerland, going around from Geneva all the way around to Bern, Interlaken, getting on the Glacier and Bernina Express, heading all the way out to Liechtenstein, and then meeting my mum and dad as a surprise in Zurich, and my face was priceless.
Excuse me!
Hey! What are you guys doing? But now here we are, and I am excited to be back in France for a couple of days. After having 3 weeks in the country, I was kind of getting a bit, demotivated. I was wanting to head out and venture to new places, but being back in France for another couple of days, I'm quite excited for it. So I've only got 1 day here in Colmar. Not even that. I spent the day in Basel yesterday, and then I got the train from there, which only takes about 40 minutes, but I arrived in Colmar. My check-in was quite late, so I made my way to my Airbnb, dropped off my stuff, and I just chilled the night because I was drained after a day in Basel. There was so much to do there. But I'm now here in Colmar, which is also only located about 25 minutes outside of Strasbourg, so if you want to do a day trip here, I'm going to show you why you should. I do not have lawns, so let's begin taking photos and seeing how magical this place is.
The world once upon a time fit inside my head, when all I was scared of hid underneath my bed. And oh, I'd go back to that place if I could.
Colmar has been given the name Little Venice, and when you're standing here at the canals, it explains why. This town is definitely one of the most charming places I have ever stepped foot in. It feels like a step back in time, and a place where romance is still in the forefront of everything, because the love locks are on every single fence, and the houses, it does feel like I've just entered a Disney movie, just like Annecy, and that's why I think you need to visit both of them and compare them both. I think I like my time in Annecy a little bit more, but I think that's just because there's quite a lot of construction on the houses here. But this definitely has, when I think of French fairy tale vibes, this is what I think of, and it's really making me excited to get to Strasbourg later on in this video. But for now, I guess I've got to head back and have breakfast, because checkout is unfortunately 9 AM. I knew that when I booked it, so obviously my fault. The people are friendly enough in my Airbnb, but 9 AM is a hard checkout time, so I'm going to go back. And apparently they make homemade breakfast. They also gave me free cherries yesterday from their cherry tree out in their garden, so I can't complain, can I? But I guess let's make it back and out. Let's step foot out of this. Actually, I don't think I'm stepping foot out of this fairy tale. The whole Alice region, I believe, is a fairy tale, so I'm not leaving that behind just yet.
Seen a saint fall from grace, but I'm not sure that I'd use that phrase. 'Cause if grace is something you can misplace, then what's the point of it anyway?
So guys, I have just took a journey into the mountains to see, I was going to say my first French castle, but it's not, because I've already seen Mont Saint Michel. But that was an island, so it doesn't really get classed as a castle. There's a monastery on the top, but it does look like a castle. This is my first proper French castle. Right now, I'm at Château du Haut-Kœnigsbourg. I have definitely pronounced that wrong, but I am excited to be here as a castle lover. It is nice to be able to see what a French castle would look like, and this one is pretty spectacular. Already, like, the best part about this castle is the mountains that surround it. France is quite a flat country, so when you see all these mountains in one spot, it looks insane compared to the rest of the flatness. Alright, so I might as well tell you how do you get to the Château du Haut-Kœnigsbourg, and it's actually rather simple, apart from when I done it yesterday during train strikes. So yesterday during train strikes, all the trains were delayed, so I actually got out here and then found out I missed my last bus connection to this chateau. Oh my god, it's a wasp. So unfortunately that meant I basically just done a trip out to Celestat for nothing. But today I came out specifically knowing what the timetable is, so I came out to Celestat from Strasbourg, and then from there it's simply just a bus. It's €2.50 for the bus, so quite simple to get up here. I think it takes about an hour, so not too bad. Definitely worth a day trip from Strasbourg if you are in the area. And it's also €7 for a student ticket, so I am going to go up there and make use of that while I still can, because I graduated this year, so I'm not going to be a student for much longer. Let's go. Whenever I enter castles like this, it just gives me an urge to play an Assassin's Creed game, and it's quite hard being in Europe because I don't have the ability to go home and just do that. But hey ho, I'm excited for the next one. But who needs Assassin's Creed when we are seeing history with our own eyes right now? Château du Haut-Kœnigsbourg stands as a monument to the medieval period. Nestled in the mountains of the Alsace region, this stunning castle dates back to the 12th century, strategically positioned to oversee the vital trade routes of wine, wheat and salt. And let's be honest, who wouldn't want to protect their wine supply? The castle we see today, however, owes much of its grandeur to the early 20th century restoration led by German Emperor Wilhelm II. His vision brought this fortress back to life, preserving its medieval architecture and rich history. Walking through its grand halls and towering battlements, you can almost hear the echoes of knights and nobles who once inhabited these very walls. And let's not forget the breathtaking views from the castle's ramparts, offering panoramic vistas of the Alsace plains and the Black Forest in the distance. Summer comes with its pros and cons. One of them being that it is basically 8 PM here and it's still 26 degrees. But one of its biggest advantages is the sun does not set until 9:30, which means I managed to come home from my visit to the castle, chill out, have my dinner, and now I'll be able to sort of head out and see Strasbourg, because that's the problem with me having to join both days together because of how hectic yesterday's travel day was. So now I'm actually really going to see Strasbourg, and I thought I might run out of time, so let's head into the old town and begin. There's a part of me that feels a bit disappointed with how rushed my whole experience is in this region of France, from quickly having to move out of Colmar to barely having a few hours here to explore Strasbourg. I would have really wanted more because it's one of my most anticipated cities here in France, but still, look at this light. I've chosen the best time to come out and see what this city has to offer. And I'm really excited because this is my first time seeing like a mix of German architecture coming into the region, because Strasbourg is being owned by France and Germany in its history. So I'm going to Germany tomorrow, so I'm excited to get my first taster of the country before I even head in there, and it'll be my first time in Germany as well, so new country to tick off in the next part.
How is it that I still can't seem to find a way to keep her on the day-to-day? Well, every now and then she comes to visit me and brings her friends. Success, popularity, and long weekends.
So I've just came to the realisation that this is my final evening in France, the final sunset before I've completed my French adventure in this Interrailing trip, and it feels incredible to say that. France has been at the forefront, you could say, of my travels for at least the last month and a bit. I've been going in and out, and this is now my final time, you know, from spending my first evening at the Eiffel Tower to Mont Saint Michel, to drinking wine in Bordeaux, to taking in the scenery of Lyon, to waking up in a fairy tale destination like Annecy. I have had an amazing time here in France, and I'm already thinking on where would I want to go when I come back here. What do I want to go see? I know there's still a lot of stuff in Paris I need to do. Strasbourg, I've barely even scratched the surface of it, but I've loved being in France. I've been here for quite a while. I still do not know how to pronounce a single French word, but we're keeping on, and I hope you have also enjoyed the French part of this series, because that's now France and Switzerland completely done, and I'm excited to see where the next countries are going to be taking us, because we still have 6 more countries to do in the next couple of weeks, so it's all going to be kicking off soon, guys. But let's appreciate what we've got right now, and that is one more evening here in Strasbourg.
Where do I begin? There ain't nothing in this world.
Strasbourg, I wish I had more time for you, but I understand why I don't. It's because you want me to come back, and you've made that my mission. I now want to come back to Strasbourg for an entire weekend and just wander around these streets, because there's endless and they're so beautiful. And by the way, this cathedral might be the best cathedral I have ever laid my eyes on, especially in France. Like, this defeats Notre Dame by a mile, and yeah, I saw it in construction, but still, it's huge. I just didn't expect Strasbourg to have such a large cathedral, but there we are, there it is right behind me. So yeah, I just wish I had more time here. I wish I had more time in this whole region. But guys, I have had an extraordinary last couple of days here in France. It was lovely to be back, even though my time has been cut short, but I guess it just means I need to return. Anyways, if you did enjoy this video, then guys, drop a like. It really does help out a ton. Share with your family and your friends, and subscribe, because that is now Switzerland done, that is now France done, and now I'm going to be entering a lot of new countries that I've not even began embarking into yet, starting with Germany. So I will see you all next week with that video, but for now, good night Strasbourg, you were incredible, and good night to every single one of you. Alright, peace out guys, much love, bye.
Come fly away with me. Imagine all the things that we could see. Yeah, don't you know that life's a dance? Come take my hand and fly away.